In this video, I talk to you about my November TBR, and after a really long time, I bring to you a book giveaway. Hey guys, I'm Sankalpata and you're watching Book Geeks India, which is a channel where I make book related videos. Like I told you, in this video I talk to you about my November TBR, and I also bring to you a book giveaway after a really long time. It's not just a book giveaway because I also have a lot of other things that you might be interested in. So stay tuned and watch this video till the end. So guys, you know how bad I am at sticking to TBRs, and that's the reason I did a TBR in September, but I did not do a TBR in October because I actually did not read a lot of books from my September TBR. But nevertheless, I think TBR is something that we should have as readers, because if not to stick to the regular reads or the reads that we have decided, but even then it helps us stick to a regime because we know that we have to read books. Like for example, I did not do a TBR until now, and today is 9 that I'm shooting this video, but I have not read like a single book until now in this month, and that's really bad. So I was like, what am I missing this month? Why is my reading so horrible this month? And I found my answer because yeah, I don't have a TBR. So that's what this video is going to be all about. This video is going to be about my November TBR, and because I did a poll some days ago and you guys responded with a lot of comments and options, thank you so much for doing that. I do know that you want me to read history, thriller and horror books this month and also be making videos on that topic, but there is always a but, right? So this is also the non-fiction November month, and I thought, why not? In fact, I should. It will be a blasphemy for me as a booktuber if I did not read non-fiction this month. So I'm going to be segregating my TBR into two categories. One is horror, mystery and thriller. The other one is non-fiction, and that's what this video is going to be about. And also guys, because I obviously can't read all the books that I have here in this TBR, I'm going to be asking you to vote your choices down below in the comments and tell me which books are those that you want me to read. And now because I have this huge TBR and also a book giveaway, let's begin. The first section is the mystery, thriller and horror section, and in this section the first book that I have is Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. Now this is a story that takes us to the upstate New York of 1982, and we see this girl called Viv. Now Viv wants to move to the New York City, but she's not financially well paid and she doesn't have it financially to make it there. So what she does, she accepts this job as the night clerk at the Sundown Motel, and when she goes there, she discovers that there is something not right with the motel. There is something haunting and scary and mysterious about it, and that's when things go all wrong. Now, jump forward 25 years later, we are in 2017 at the same place in Fell, upstate New York, and now we see Carly, who's actually quite fascinated by the mystery of her aunt. She knows that her aunt had disappeared, but somehow she just cannot take it out of her head. So she decides to visit the same place and discover for herself what actually happened to her aunt. But when she does that, she discovers that nothing has changed since 1982, since the year her aunt disappeared. So this is the story of that. Obviously, a little mystery, a little, I don't know, maybe it has horror elements. I'm not sure about that. I just read the blurb and I'm talking to you about the blurb. That's it. So I'm gonna go into it straight ahead, and I am fascinated by what I will be reading. Book number 2 is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Now this is a book that I've seen so many people talk about, so many people talking good things about it, so many people not very happy with it. So I am not going with a lot of high expectations because I was earlier thinking that this book is going to be this, but then I saw Key's video and I think I saw another person's video which actually did not like this book. So but I really want to read it because it's a book that's being talked about so much all over the internet. So I'm gonna just go and read this book this month, definitely this month. So this is Riley Sager's Home Before Dark, like I told you, and this book tells us the story of this girl called Maggie Hall. Now the story actually starts 25 years ago when Maggie was just a child and she shifted with her parents to this dark and very old Victorian house in the middle of nowhere in Vermont woods. Now this family stayed there for 3 weeks, but the things that they encountered there scared the living hell out of them, and within 3 weeks they just ran out of there. They ran out of there in the dead of the night, and much later Maggie's father recalls all of these harrowing experiences that he faced, ghostly encounters and nightmares and things like that, in this non-fiction book called House of Horrors. And eventually this book ends up becoming becoming a worldwide phenomenon. Now today, 25 years later, Maggie is all grown up, and what she does for a living, she actually renovates old homes that she can sell. So this is her job. And when her father dies, that estate, that Victorian mansion falls into her hands. And now Maggie wants to go back there and renovate that house and sell it. She starts experiencing the same things that she never believed when it was written by her father. And also the locals are not happy because Maggie's father scarred that town forever and ever. So this is something that Maggie discovers, and I also want to discover for myself. So wish me luck, because I'm definitely planning to read this book right this month. Third book is one that I just started reading yesterday. So this is Mexican Gothic, a very very popular book again by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So this book takes place in the 1950s of Mexico, and we get to see a isolated haunted mansion again. So there is this woman called Noemi. She's just 22 years old. She's a debutante, and she loves glamour, she loves parties, she loves cocktail parties and ball dances. So one day Noemi receives a mysterious kind of letter from her cousin, who is recently married to this English gentleman. Now this letter is not a regular one, like it's an appeal for rescue. Her cousin wants her to rescue her from something mysterious, something that is going to kill her. Though she decides to go there, she's not at all sure about the region. She's not at all sure about this Englishman whom her cousin had married. And that's because he's a guy who's charming, alluring, but at the same time he's also menacing. And there is something about the patriarch of the family, the father of the groom too, that Noemi cannot put a finger to. So in this situation, Noemi finds herself, and we have to see what she finds, because there's something disturbingly haunting about that mansion. And I have heard such good things about this novel from left, right, and center. So I am just so curious what is there in this novel that made it such a big hit in all the book community. So I'm just gonna go and dig in right away. And like I said, I already started it yesterday, so I am definitely gonna read it anytime soon. The next book that is on my TBR is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. So this book is the story of this young woman who lives in a rigid puritanical society and who discovers deep, dark powers within herself. So we see the land of Bethel, where the word of the prophet is everything. The word of the prophet is law. And Emmanuel, this young woman's existence, very existence, is blasphemy. You ask me why? Because her mother, Emmanuel's mother, did the crime of committing a union with an outsider, somebody who's outside of her race. And ever since then, Emmanuel's once proud family has fallen in disgrace. So Emmanuel does exactly what is required of her. She sticks to the holy scriptures, she follows the holy protocol, and lives a life of complete and utter devotion. Now one day, an accident occurs that leads Emmanuel into the dark woods that surround Bethel. And it is there that Emmanuel discovers something that she was not supposed to discover. Now these are actually forbidden area where nobody is supposed to go. Why? Because once upon a time, the prophet chased 4 witches into this area, and it is said that these spirits still lurk in the shadows. But when Emmanuel goes there, she discovers a dark secret, and she discovers the journal of her dead mother, and she gets to know a lot of things that she was never ever supposed to know. So this is a book which is like a dark feminist fantasy novel, and I'm definitely interested in it because I don't think I've never ever read anything remotely similar to this one. So I am definitely excited about it. You guys know how much I love talking about books and how much I love talking about my TBR. But now is the time for a book giveaway. So after a lot of requests from you guys of organizing a book giveaway, I'm here bringing to you a Diwali book giveaway. So this book giveaway is going to be of this book, Mari, A Tale of a Young Landlord by K.H. Rajat. This is the story of this 25-year-old man who is a man of principles and who has grown up being loved by his family, including his parents and his grandfather. He is a man who is destined to make a change in the lives of people whom he knows and who look up to him. So this is the story of Mari, and Mari is there to save the people from adharma because it is destined in his life. And as you can see, this book has a beautiful, gorgeous cover. Just look at the shine and the gloss here. So that was about the book, guys. Now talking about the book giveaway. This book giveaway is brought to you by the author K.H. Rajat, the author of Mari. And in this book giveaway, we have a lot of gifts, not just books but also other gifts. So altogether, we'll be looking at 10 winners. Each of the winners will be getting a copy of this book, a pot with a plant, a beautiful, gorgeous plant that you can decorate in any part of your house, in your office or in your library, in your study room or your bedroom. You can decorate it just anywhere you want to. The third gift will be a scented candle that you can light anywhere, and that will be the perfect mood enhancer for you when you're working or you're reading or you're doing anything that you love indulging in. Item number 4 that the winner will be getting is a stole that looks gorgeous and very traditional, and you can wear it with anything that you want. You can carry it with western wear or Indian wear. Now these are the 4 things that 10 winners are going to win. Out of these 10, there will be one lucky winner who will be considered as a VIP, and he'll be given a chance to write the best review, which will be published at the back cover of the book in its next print. The contest is going to be run from 10th of November to 30th of November. The results will be announced on 30th November 8 p.m. So stay tuned to Book Geeks India. Come back to this page, or you can go to the community tab in the channel itself, and I'll be posting all the winners' names over there. Now what you have to do to participate in this giveaway. Number 1 is that you have to go to the author's website www.rajatfictions.com, and you have to subscribe to his newsletter. Number 2, you have to follow the author and me on Instagram. Number 3, you have to follow the author and me on Twitter. All the handles, the Instagram handles, the website of the author, and the Twitter handles will be given down below. The only thing that you have to do at the end of these follows is you have to leave a comment down below that you have participated in this giveaway. That will actually allow us to filter through all the entries that have come. Just comment down below that I want to participate in this contest and I have done all the needful. So guys, these are the mystery, thriller and horror books that I wanted to read for November, and now coming to the non-fiction November, I have 4 books again that I want to read. One is a book that I actually started reading in June. So this is a book I should have finished in June, but I just didn't, and I also feature it in my currently reading reads. So just think about it. I was reading this book in June, I stopped it, I think I jinxed it, and yeah, I'm blabbering. So let me get back to the book in question. This is Pilgrim Nation by Devdutt Pattanaik. Now this is a book that talks to us about the ancient roads of India. The roads that were very much there before the colonizers came in, the invaders came in, and the roads that still connected India all those years ago. Now what the author says is that in ancient India, pilgrims used to travel to the length and breadth of the country seeking truth, seeking happiness, seeking spirituality, and seeking their religion. And that's how throughout the length and breadth of the country, we had different pilgrim sites that people would go to. And this is a book about 32 such pilgrim sites, well, not just ancient ones, but also relatively modern ones, not just about Hindus, but also Muslim sites, also sites of Jews and Sikhs and Christians. Now what I like about this book, because I told you I've read almost 80% of it, now I have to go back to it because I always do that. If I stop reading a book in between, see, I've read all of it almost. I read like almost all the chapters, only the last ones are remaining. So I always do that. If I leave a book in between, I will obviously go back to the entire book, because I do one thing which is very good and I'm very proud of myself. I always highlight, so I can go back to any book whenever I want to and just recapture all the important things that I read about it. So what I like in this book is that it obviously talks about all the important sites like Tirupati, like Sabrimala, like Vaishno Devi, but it also talks to us about some relatively unknown sites like Saundatti. I know it because I'm from Karnataka, so I know Saundatti, but a lot of us do not know where Saundatti is. And also other sites like Jejuri, like Velankanni, and even Manali for that matter. So these are sites which I'm sure a lot of people don't know about, but yes, these are captured in this book, and that's the reason I want to read it this November for Non-Fiction November. The other book that I want to read is, I will show you, is this one, The Beauty of All My Days by Ruskin Bond. Now, Ruskin Bond is an author I cannot stop talking about. You know me, guys. I always have loved his works, and I think I will love it to the end of my days. So in this book, the author talks to us about the man that he is, and the people, the circumstances, the country, the wind, the grass, the mountain, all of it that has shaped him as a person. What the author says is that had he grown up anywhere else, he would have been a different person. Obviously, his genes made him, his parents made him, but India also made him too. And in this book, he talks to us about all those memories, all those beautiful memories of his life. And one thing that I love about this book has, you have pictures of Mr. Bond and pictures that, I don't think I would have seen anywhere else. I'm not very sure, but yes, that's what I think. Pictures of him as a child, pictures of him as a young author, and that's the reason I'm going to love this book. I definitely know that it will be the case. The next book that I have on my TBR is also a book that I included in my September TBR. I'm sorry guys, I did not read it, but actually I forgot telling you in that video that I had read this book last year. Well, not exactly read it, I listened to it on my Storytel app. So this is a book which is called Zen, The Art of Simple Living by the Japanese Buddhist monk Shumyo Masumo. Now in this book, the author takes you through 100 very simple chapters. Now this is again a book which has like beautiful illustrations, guys. Lovely illustrations that you just want to keep looking at. Now, in the very introduction, what the author says is that when you go to a mountain and when you look at a sunset, or when you go to any place which is full of nature, you experience a different kind of joy, you experience a different kind of bliss. And at that moment, you are just disconnected from all your worries and all your stress. But that feeling is short lived because when you go back to your regular life, all the stresses and all the worries come back again. What if you can actually reduce the worries in your daily life and almost recreate that Zen kind of feeling that you experienced while looking at a beautiful mountain or while looking at a sunset? So, in this book, the author does exactly that. He has 100 simple chapters, 100 chapters for 100 days, in which he tells you how to be more Zen like, more peaceful, more joyful in your life. The next one that I have here is like a political, socio-political, geopolitical non-fiction. So this is India's World, how prime ministers shaped foreign policy. Now it is said that in the year 1991, during the tenure of Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, the difference between a normal India and a bankrupt India was just $1 billion. And it was told by the then finance minister of the government that the petrol pumps of the country would run dry after 2 weeks. It was in that dire situation that India was forced to send out 46.8 million tons of gold physically, and this occasion was one of the single most humiliating incidents for India. Now, I'll tell you what this book actually is. This book takes us through a lot of triumphs and trials, situations and challenges, and struggles, and also defeats and victories that shaped India. And it essentially talks about the 9 prime ministers that India has had till date and how each one of these prime ministers has shaped India's policies, India's foreign policy, and also it as a nation, how have they served as an architect of the nation. So this is a book that I'm very very interested in. My husband read it and he liked it. So that's all about the giveaway, guys, and that is all about the November TBR. I hope you're as excited about this giveaway as much as I am, and I just can't wait for you guys to tell me what to read in November. If you're commenting about my November TBR, you can always do that, but if you want to participate in the giveaway, just put in I want to participate. I have done the needful. That's it. That's all you have to do. And guys, this was a fascinating video to make. It took me a really long time to shoot, but I guess good things take time, right? So I'm gonna take my leave from you right now, and I'm gonna see you with another video super soon. Until then, stay in touch, keep reading, and have a great day. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.